giving her my mic, your mic, and then I'll scoot close to you.
Okay, baby. Come on, sure, so I can see what we're doing. Yeah, that'll be good. But this is so much fun. I don't even have to worry about that as much now. Oh, it just made my day. I love it.
I know, I was just telling her, because I was like, oh, like, they're such a nice couple, you know, like, and, you know, we were just talking, and I was like, yeah, like, you know, I was like, I have some issues or whatever I was telling her, and she's like, oh, you should go talk to them, they know all about that stuff.
Yeah, don't tell us yet.
We will be live in, I don't know, like a minute. And we have Nicole joining us today. I wish you could see her on camera, but you'll understand in a few minutes why you can't. Trust me on that one.
I like the necklace.
Thank you. Cool. My friend's company from London, Lana Scalaro. But yeah, she made him. She's like, oh, like, for my birthday, she gave it to me. That's cool. Yeah.
Oh, that's a good
I need
friend.
one of those.
A friend?
No, a gun.
Oh. A gun?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Grab the guns.
Big gun. The bigger the better.
Playboy Radio's Holli and Michael live with you right now on Facebook. Powered by Dash Radio. You are in the right place. You know where to be, and we're proud you're joining us.
And electricity.
And
Thanks to electricity, we can be on air.
I have no clue sometimes where you go, baby, but I love getting there with you. I really, really do. Yes, we need some decor in here. There will be. This is what's known as a pop-up studio.
Do you know what we need in here?
We have the
green screen.
We do. We have the Playboy Radio stuff behind our guests today. We're not showing our guests, and again, you'll understand the reason why we're not going to show Nicole. We're going to get real. We are going to get raw, and this is what modern love is about. It's being able to talk about the tough issues.
Yeah.
It's being able to understand
The
it.
everyday issues.
And then today, in 2016 and moving forward, people have needs, they have wants, they have desires, and sometimes they don't understand why.
Right.
But what they do know is it's real, and to them it's important, and we're going to make sure we can discuss it with them. So this studio is what we call a pop-up studio. We'll be moving downstairs at the incredible Dash Studios here in Hollywood, California, really close to what you know is Hollywood. The Oscars are down the street. Capitol Records is close to here.
Yeah.
Tons of stuff. Viva Music is close.
What's
I mean,
amoeba? Is that like a Believer? But
it's like a Glee bubble with amoeba. No, it's silly. It's a famous record store,
I've
isn't it?
never heard
Yeah,
of it.
record store.
I'm so not in the in.
Oh, it's not it.
Yeah.
So there will be color, there will be schemes, there will be Playboy Radio stuff and paraphernalia on. The walls have it. I'll show you after the show when our gorgeous guest is not in the studio. She doesn't worry about her identity being revealed, you know?
Yeah, me too.
Before we jump into things, because one of the things I love about being Playboy Radio's Holli and Michael, talking about modern love, is there doesn't have to be a style or a format. Some of these shows on radio today, and I believe it's one of the reasons Ski started Dash, was it's too formatted at times.
Yeah.
And they keep that it's too proper, and you can and cannot do certain things. And they keep that fourth wall up where you're not supposed to know what's going on behind the scenes. Screw it. Today, we have this beautiful young new artist. She's an internet sensation, Maggie Lindman, I believe her name is.
Yep.
She is not old enough to come on Playboy Radio, or else we would have invited her. You have to be 18. She's 17.
Give it a year.
We, to date, have never recommended a song. I really like the words
I did too.
to the single she just dropped. It was an album too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Called Pretty Girl.
Yeah.
Don't hear just that title and think, what's Michael talking about? Literally, go download the song Pretty Girl or find a way to listen to it and listen to the unedited, uncensored version of Pretty Girl. It was good.
I liked it a lot.
It was just the way she thought, the way she acted, the way she was. All right, there we go. Real quick.
I like how we hope our children are.
It is how we hope our children are. Real quick, before we forget, happy Thanksgiving to all of our Canadian friends. We love you.
North?
They're up north, honey. That is part of North America, by the way.
I know that.
Okay, wasn't sure if you knew.
Yeah.
Happy Thanksgiving to you. We are blessed to know you, and we give thanks for you being in our lives. Love it, love it, love it. Drew, by the way, is saying hi. Drew, I need to call you because Chase needs his haircut, and I need my beard trimmed. My barber. Great guy. We had him on air once, he and his wife. Great guy. I'm getting feedback. Are you getting feedback?
No, I'm good.
All right, I don't want to do anything else other than real quick share that as of Friday, the 14th, we will be broadcasting live on location, powered by Dash Radio for Playboy Radio in Puerto Vallarta.
Mexico.
Yes, maybe that's Mexico.
Could be Puerto Vallarta, California. I don't know.
You would know the difference.
There's a Paris, California.
Okay, good point. You got me there. LLVclub.com. The event is sold out, but there Might be a waiting list. Check it out. Then the 19th through the 25th, we will be broadcasting live from a special event. Incredible surprise event going on at Desire Resorts. Go to desireresorts.com. And after that, the first week of November, we're broadcasting live on Playboy Radio, powered by Dash Radio, for Dirty Perv Week down in Jamaica, baby. You're Jamaican me crazy.
Do you know if it's which place it is in Cancun?
We will be at Pearl and Riviera Maya.
Oh.
So we'll be going back and forth, back and forth. I
We
love
go
it.
both ways.
There, yes, and you go both ways, I go one way. Dorothy is saying there's also a Paris, Texas, too.
Oh.
So there's a Paris in a few places. All right, Nicole, we're going by Nicole, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's move into Nicole, no pun intended.
Okay.
Let's move into Nicole really fast. And I want Nicole to please share, you were talking to one of the people that's affiliated with Playboy Radio, and you're sharing a little bit about yourself, and they said, oh, you know what, you need to go on air with Holli and Michael. Can you bring us up to speed?
Yeah, so I was speaking to one of the other employees, and I was just telling her about, relationship. I was like, oh, I really love their relationship, you guys. And I was telling her, I was like, I wish I can do like open, relationship.
Being a consensually non-monogamous, where you both agree that it's okay to play either together with others or alone with others.
Yeah.
Okay.
And but I was telling her like I don't do that in my relationships, and we have like.
You don't do what?
Like I never had an open relationship with someone. It's monogamous. But
Monogamish, I would say.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Yeah. So anyways, since I can remember, I've had a boyfriend, and I've always cheated.
So you acknowledge that throughout your relationships in life, you're young, you're in your mid-20s, you have had boyfriends, you don't want to be in an open relationship, but you can't think of a boyfriend you've been with that you haven't cheated on.
Correct.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. So, I date them and I live with them. Most of them, since I'm 18, I've lived with my boyfriends, and I know all of their passwords and I go through their stuff. And I've never ever found anything. And I'm like FBI, like I know the passwords, and like I'm just so good at it. It's
right.
Weird. So, but they never go through my stuff or anything. Like it's not like that. But for some reason, we'll go out or and I will check other guys out, or like
which can be healthy.
Yeah, which is normal.
Yeah.
But I do it to the point or on Instagram, like I will like guys' photos, like
Sure. Which is healthy.
It depends on the situation, but I always have other guys, whoever I'm with, on the back burner, or like I will be texting other men, or
What are you texting them?
like miss you, or like just inappropriate stuff, not like
Would you call it sexting?
sexting. Yeah.
So you have a boyfriend that you're committed to.
Yeah.
You have a boyfriend that you're living with.
Mm-hmm.
You have a boyfriend that you are actually checking up on
Yeah.
to make sure they're not cheating on you
Mm-hmm.
or betraying you, but you are going and doing those things.
Yeah, and what's crazy is like I have him like tracked. I don't know if you guys know on the iPhone there's Find Friends.
Find friends.
So I have it turned on, and he doesn't know for almost 2 years or whatever. And like I know where he is. He'll be like, oh, I'm going to the bank. I'll make sure he's at the bank. And it's so sick. It's like an obsession. And I'll make sure I'll keep tabs on everything he's doing, and then I'll go through the phone, and I just know how to know if someone deleted stuff, like through Spotlight search, you can type someone's, like I know it, I have it all figured out. But at the end of the day, like I'm cheating, I'm being shady.
So you're making sure, you're shining that spotlight. Let's recap really quick. So Nicole shared with a colleague of ours what's going on in her life throughout all of your relationships.
Yeah.
And first thing you shared, and we love you for this, because this makes you a great person that you're willing to talk about and open up.
Yeah.
Doing it, not so much. But when we get to the cause, to the root of it, then you make decisions in your life.
Mm-hmm.
But you acknowledge that you check up on these men. You have insecurities and you have a complex that causes you to not just go through their emails, not just go through their text messages, not just go through the history of their iOS Safari, but you actually install Find Friends where you can find them but they can't find you.
Correct.
Okay. Now you admit that you are having slightly emotional relationships via text messaging by texting other men things like "I miss you," "I want to do you," "You would feel so good inside me," that kind of stuff, right?
Do you mean those things?
I don't know. I like, like
say them.
It's like I fantasize about it, and I know I have an
And that's
issue.
not unhealthy. No, that's not unhealthy to have fantasies about it.
Yeah, but when you're with someone that you live with, and like they think that you're an angel.
That's where the unfair part comes in.
Yeah,
Not
and it's
unhealthy,
not fair.
unfair.
It really isn't fair. I'm selfish for sure, and and it's just like constantly, and I delete it right after. It's like an obsession, like I'll be texting, people I shouldn't be talking to, and then I'll delete it right away.
What is it you're feeling when you do it?
I feel high, like I feel good.
You feel good because you're getting attention from
Getting
someone else, or
attention.
you're releasing some type of stress, sexual anxiety, or need to be wanted?
It's attention
Right.
attention. It's
For men.
for men. It's like I feel like if I'm with one person, it's not enough.
So why be in a relationship at all then?
That's what I ask myself. I'm like, everyone, my friends are like, how come you're just not single? It's like, because I need someone there, and I think it's because of daddy issues, that they call it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I didn't have anyone growing up, no father figure. So I think that's why I'm so drawn to men, and I just get along with them better.
And that's where I have to not disagree with what you said, Pockets, but the way you address that, I love you. I'm going to agree to disagree with the way you address that. Because I believe you want to be in a committed relationship. And I believe that you are healthy enough to be in a relationship. Where you're missing the boat, in my opinion, is understanding what consensual non-monogamy is versus cheating.
Yeah.
So let's do you know what I'm saying? Because you said why be in a relationship at all?
Yeah.
It does make sense that you want to be in a relationship, and people,
I want to have my cake and eat it too.
which you can in a
Yeah.
consensually non-monogamous relationship. How would you feel if your man came to you and said, "Baby, I love you. You're all I need."
Yeah.
However, what would you think about us exploring threesomes, foursomes, moresomes together?
I've had threesomes with other partners.
Okay, when you say threesomes, was it you, a woman, another guy, or two men?
Another woman.
Okay.
And I didn't like it because after that it was like tainted to me.
What was tainted?
The relationship between me and the guy. Like I thinking that was okay, like, oh, you're fucking someone, like, or like even though I had like said okay to it, I just feel like, ew, that's who you really are. It's like really twisted.
Even though you agreed to it.
Even though I already agreed to it.
But it was just sex. You don't. What if he was texting that other person? Would that be different?
Yeah,
Any acknowledge or any,
even when the fucking ex-girlfriend texts him and he doesn't tell me and I find it, then I
How do you react? How do you react when the ex-girlfriend texts him for something non-sexual, non-committal?
like,
it's
hey,
just a
how
matter
are
of-
you?
Okay, that's not necessary personally. An ex shouldn't be texting an ex, "How are you?" If they text saying, "You know what? We still have this bill. Can you pay your half?"
Yeah.
Or, you were really close with my grandmother. She passed away. Here's where you send a condolence.
Yeah.
But you're saying things like that. What do you feel when he gets that?
I go nuts. Even though I'm texting people, my
Right.
ex.
But let's not deal with that yet. Let's not deal with that yet.
okay.
Deal with how you feel when your ex is receiving what you consider to be an inappropriate text when your man is receiving an inappropriate text from a woman, one that may be his ex, one that may be a colleague.
Yeah. It's anger right off the bat. I'll be like, I'll find a way, because I go through his phone, but he doesn't know that. So he'll lay with me while he's on his phone, and I'll be like, I'll pretend like I saw the message, even though I had seen it while I was going through his phone. I'll be like, wait a second, did Paige text you, or Kelly, whatever, and
Smelly Kelly? Sorry, that's one of my exes.
and I'll be like, and he'll be like, oh yeah, sorry babe, I forgot to tell you, like, and he'll show me the message, and he never responded. It was from like a week ago, and the girl's like, hey, just thinking about you, and like, I'll be like, what the fuck, block that bitch, like, that's not okay, like, so I'm like, fuck that bitch. If I ever see her name again, even when we first started dating, when the girl found out he had a new girlfriend, she was blowing up his phone, and so I took his phone, I texted her, I said, hey, this is Nicole, this is his new girlfriend, you need to back up, or
Right.
we need to meet up. And
Right.
she never ever texted him
You little
again.
gangster.
A little bit, yeah.
Okay, just
My mom's from Brooklyn, so I grew up with, yeah.
All right, so we understand that you do not believe in consensual non-monogamy because you do not want to share your man.
Yep.
At all.
At all.
What if your man was okay? He's straight, bi, didn't matter, but what if he was okay with you, him, and another man? Would you look at your man differently if he was okay with you being with other men? Only when he was there.
Yeah. It's weird to me.
How come?
Yeah.
Really?
I don't know, it's just weird.
What makes it weird to you?
Because he knows about it?
Yeah. It's just like, I would feel like he wouldn't look at me the same.
Ah, because of your own issues and your own insecurities. So looking inward on that, we'll get to that in a second.
I'll feel my guilty conscience will.
What would make you feel guilty?
Just knowing that I'm already doing that anyways. Like.
Okay, go back up though, because when here with modern love, right? We're talking about modern day and love. You're in love with your boyfriend. However, there are some unhealthy aspects to your actions. Obviously, we can agree on that one, right?
Yeah.
I'm not saying you're wrong.
No.
I'm definitely not saying you're right though.
Of course.
Because what you're doing is right for you. It's just not fair to him for one reason. He doesn't know about it.
Exactly. And I know it's because of my own issues that I have, and it sucks because I do this to people and it's not okay. Like I'll just play with people's heads and
people as in the man you're with, or people as in the man you want to be with?
I'll play with my boyfriend's head, but no, let me rephrase that. I'll be with my boyfriend,
right.
and I'll be texting exes and giving them false hope.
Okay, when was the last time you had sex with a man that wasn't your boyfriend?
A few months ago.
And how long have you been with your boyfriend?
Almost 2 years.
Okay, how often are you physical then with other men?
Physical, not so much. I've only done it 3 times maybe with this guy, but it's the
emotional.
Texting, it's the emotional. And then I think that he's cheating because I know that's my paranoia. I know I'm projecting.
You're transferring your guilt onto him. You're projecting what you do. Think. You know it exactly. Okay.
I know. I figured it out. I studied psychology and I know why I do things. But it's.
Then why? Okay, go back. You know why you do.
And then I ask myself, why do I do this? Because I'm filling my void.
Then what is, and that's what we have to get to. If you believe you're filling a void, what is the void you feel is being filled? And let me share this with you. When you pockets got out of your first marriage, where your ex-husband cheated on you from before you got married until right up to why you left him, and you caught him at a time, and he kept saying he would change, but he never changed.
Yeah.
Here, the beautiful Nicole is saying, I know what I'm doing is wrong. She's not admitting it to him.
Right.
What would you, when you caught Bryce, what did he usually say?
He lied about it. He used to say, I'll change, it's not gonna happen again, but he would just change his passwords. He wouldn't change who he was, he would just change everything on the computer or his phone. So it was just a constant battle, and I knew he wouldn't change, so
How did it make you feel though, and I want you to hear this, how did it make you feel when you went through it and you learned? Because at this point we don't know if your man has or has not. Hold on. How did it make you feel as the victim when you would learn about his indiscretions and infidelity?
Well, like crap, because I would give him everything that I was, and I was so faithful, and I did everything for him, and I thought, okay, I'm gonna be a better person. I'm gonna bring him breakfast in bed, and maybe he'll change for me.
Hold on. You brought him breakfast in bed and he was cheating. I don't cheat. I don't even get breakfast in bed. All right, go back. Sorry.
But it made me feel like crap, and I was just trying to be better and everything, and then finally I was just like, this is him. I just have to walk away because I can't be hurt anymore, and I didn't understand why he was with me if he wanted to do this. He kept hurting me, and I was a good person. So.
All right, so Playboy Radio's Modern Love, powered by Dash. Is this a new studio? This is a temporary studio until Dash downstairs builds out our incredible new studio. Very proud that Playboy Radio made the decision to be powered by Dash. Go to dashradio.com. You can listen for free. Download the app at Google Play Store, is it called, right? And any iOS app store or app, whatever. I have an Apple. What's it called? The iOS store?
App Store.
App Store.
Yeah.
It is free. It is amazing. 70 plus stations. Now one of them, the incredible, the only Playboy Radio. All right, Nicole, you heard what Pocket said. We call Holli Pockets. You heard what Pocket said. The emptiness it made her feel because of the betrayal. Have you been caught by any of these men?
First, before I answer that, what she said, I never want to feel what she felt. That's why I do it. like, because I want to be the reverse in the
So
situation.
you want to be in control. So if they did something, you can say, haha, I did it already.
Yes.
Okay, exit that for a minute. Hearing how she felt betrayed, how it made her feel empty, how it made her feel unloved and unwanted, how it makes her and other people feel what is true that Nicole told me and what's been a lie that Nicole told me. Have you been caught by any of these men?
I've been caught texting.
Okay.
Never physically, you know.
But let's deal with the texting now.
Yeah.
When caught texting, what was it that your boyfriend at the time, was it this boyfriend?
Yeah, in the beginning, he caught me one time.
Beginning, how new was it?
About 6 months.
Okay, that's not so much beginning. It's
Well,
still
like 5 something.
okay.
5 or
Early
6,
on.
Yeah.
How did the two of you talk about that and handle it?
He sort of went nuts. Like he was just like.
What did the text say? Maybe we didn't know.
I was texting my ex-boyfriend. I was like, "Miss you, boo. I miss those photos of us in the bathtub, or you know, I wish I could find those
What were
photos."
you doing in the bathtub?
Me and him were like taking.
Having sex?
No, we were just taking photos of each other, like in the bath, like cute photos, whatever. And
Naked?
Yeah, we're in the
Do you have
bathtub.
copies of those?
No, I can't find.
I don't want to see him. I want to see her. Sorry.
No, so he saw my phone. I was like, we went out or something, and I passed out. I was like drinking, and
Right.
my phone. I guess.
Does he know your passwords?
Now he does,
Okay.
but I delete everything, so have
Right.
fun finding stuff. But my phone, I think, was out on the. I left it on the bed or something,
Right.
and he went through it, and he never had done that before, and he saw what I was writing, because I forgot to delete it, because I was doing it that night while we were out, and he saw it.
How did it make him feel?
Shitty.
And how did it make you feel to know that your actions caused that in a man you cared enough to move in with?
That's the only time I feel shitty,
Is when you get caught.
when I get caught.
Yeah, most of us feel shitty when we get caught in a lie or scheme
And I'm
or a
like,
trick.
oh, I
Like a
don't
criminal
know, that
doesn't
sucks. Like, what if someone did that to me?
Yeah, Nicole, you know, the criminal doesn't feel bad when he gets away with it.
Yeah.
He feels pretty bad when he gets caught or
Yeah.
she gets caught.
Yeah, so I felt shitty, and I was like, okay, I'll stop. You know, I was like, oh,
How long
I'll
did you stop for?
A few weeks. Like,
Oh, wow.
Like 2 weeks, and then it starts over again, you know.
What precipitates then that, because again, I will never tell you you're wrong. What I will tell you is you're not right.
Mhm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
We all have needs.
Mhm.
Do I believe you are meant to be in a committed relationship? Absolutely. Do I believe that at this point in your life you should be in a monogamous relationship? No. And what I mean by that is, if your man knows what you're doing, and you see, I really don't want you doing it with other people, but I don't know how to stop, and I'm willing to get help, but I need you to know this is who I am. You've now given your man free choice.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So at that point, he can't blame you.
Mhm.
Because you've been honest. At this point, he can blame you.
Of course.
If Pockets goes out and starts texting, Pockets is bisexual.
Okay.
A man or a woman, that's an emotional infidelity if it becomes if it starts to jeopardize the balance of our relationship. Think of the teeter totter, right? A seesaw. What do we call it?
Seesaw.
Right? It should be balanced.
Mhm.
Where nothing you do or say is going to cause him to lose for you and you gain for other people. All right? But when you do these things, you know in your mind you're doing it A, because you want to have you want to have upper hand in the relationship, and you're taking power away from him that you fear he can use against you one day. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right. What about having that talk? Because I still wonder what would have happened if you and your ex would have had that talk. You told him you liked Angelina Jolie, and what did he say?
He's like, you can never watch another Angelina Jolie movie again.
Right. Where she told me she wanted to know what it was like to kiss another woman, I said, okay, tell me what you're thinking. What's it mean to you? What will it cause for you? Then we talked about how I felt about it. Love the idea. Because it was for her, not me. I don't believe in holding anyone down.
Yeah.
People often say, what if this, what if that? Listen, there's a better shot that you can take Holli away from me than any man in the world could. Because you are far more blind than God. But I'm not insecure.
Yeah.
And the reason is, Nicole, not because I'm better or worse, and I don't believe you have those insecurities, not because you're better or worse, because we trust that we're gonna be honest with each other. We're gonna be honest with each other. I made a mistake 5 years ago. We call it the Christine era. And I lied for a while to Pockets about a friend. It was somebody I had dated before, but then was just a friend with, who she welcomed into our lives. But then I hid that I was still talking to her. And I'll never do something like that again.
So you and the woman or the ex were knew like you guys were talking. And
we were still talking. It was all friend-based, but my wife, who'd been betrayed by that woman at that point, because the woman said, leave Holly, let's get back together, we're gonna do this. I said no. Holly said to me, Michael, that's unacceptable, what she did. It is time, now we have to have them exit our life. And Pockets, Holly was right. Mm-hmm. I wasn't strong enough though to let go because of my issues from the past. I fear abandoning other people because I've been abandoned so much.
Yeah, I've been abandoned too,
okay.
Yeah.
But we have to own that.
Yeah.
15, I'll let you excuse it away. 18, I'll let you excuse it away. 21, I'm gonna ask you to start taking responsibility. Yeah. 25, hell yes, you better own it. And at that point I was 30, and I had no choice. It was me. Yeah. It was all me. And the fact is this, Nicole, too. 5 years later now, yeah. We're still working through it. We didn't realize how much it had affected Holly.
Yeah, it affects.
So now what do you think though, realizing that your actions, because you are committing emotional infidelity, not physical per se, when you sleep with them, that's physical, but it's emotional, do you agree?
Oh, totally. And that can be as harmful as physical.
I think worse.
Still, yeah, because you're emotionally attached to this person.
I think honestly, like, I have a lot of issues personally from growing up.
Okay. But you haven't dealt with.
That I haven't really dealt with, but my father was like a cheater and abusive, and I witnessed that. So right. I look at it like whoever I'm with in a relationship, I want them to be there for me, like, because I don't have anyone anymore. So I date these guys, but I still, in the back of my mind, wonder what it would be like to
be with other people.
And not be with other people. It's like, oh, if I date so and so, maybe my life will be better. Like, you know, something like that. Like. But
how will you know if you tie yourself down to one? Isn't it possible? As much as you're craving the attention and the affection from others, and that is not unusual. You are not abnormal. You are not odd. I want you to know that.
Yeah.
That in today's day and age, what is happening though is more of evolving towards understanding who you are and being able to say, all right, what I'm doing to him is not fair. So, I'm not going to tell you which infidelity is worse. Personally, I believe emotional infidelity is worse. Physical does not listen. To go meet somebody, I can see,
you're right. Physical, I think, is less painful. Yeah. Like, I tell guys I'm with, I was like, I'd rather you fuck a girl than be texting with her.
Right. Mm-hmm. So, and understand what you just said, but yet you're doing
it. That's what I'm saying.
As beautiful as you are, the thought of sleeping with you, whether it's Holly sleeping with you or me thinking with you, there's no feelings and there's not a lot of thought attached to that. That's lust.
Yeah.
To actually go out of your way to send a text, like I did 5 years ago, and emails, like I did 5 years ago, and to then delete them and try to cover my tracks, that's emotional.
Yeah.
That means there's something. Now, I was no longer in love or emotionally tied to her. My insecurities from my childhood, my weaknesses, wouldn't let me let go the way Holly needed me to. Not realizing one thing. The only thing that should have been important to me was what she needed.
And what you just said, what you were doing, that's what I do.
And that's what you need to understand.
I can't let go of my exes.
What's important to you?
Yeah.
If you can't let go of your exes, then you need to let go of the relationship you're in. Or stay in this relationship, but do the one thing that most people are scared to death to do. Come clean. It will be the toughest conversation you ever have.
Oh, yeah.
But it could turn out to be the greatest conversation you ever. What's the answer if you don't ask the question?
No.
Always.
Always.
The answer is always no. Mm-hmm. We cannot tell you what to do. We can share with you what we tell hundreds of thousands of couples worldwide. Millions on air thanks to Playboy Radio, and now thanks to Dash Power and Playboy Radio.
Yeah.
That if you are afraid to have the conversation, then that should tell you it is the conversation you need to be having.
Yeah.
It is. And people on Facebook Live are sharing it too. Physical pain is much easier to get over than emotional. All right? Emotional infidelity, people are saying, is the toughest to deal with.
Yeah. And I think this weighs more, I think it weighs more on me, like what I'm doing, than if I actually just stop doing it. But like I can't stop because...
You can't stop. You won't stop until you deal with this head on.
Yeah, I won't stop because it's like, I can be with someone, but in the end I always feel like I'm gonna get hurt. So I might as well do the hurting.
Been there.
Wow.
I've absolutely been there.
You know what I'm saying? I might as well do the hurting, and if this guy does cheat on me 3 years down the line, I didn't lose anything.
Well, you did lose something, but you have something to hold over him, is really what you're saying. You lost something. You lost 3 years of your life.
I did, yeah, and that's the only issue, you know,
Right.
and that's why, like.
But they don't have hand on you. Do you remember the Seinfeld episode where they all wanted to have hand? They wanted an upper hand.
Mhm.
They didn't want someone to have something over them. They wanted to be the one in control.
It's that I'm insecure, and if someday, you know, guys, you know, if the guy was like, hey, look, I don't want to be with you anymore after 3 years or whatever.
Right.
I have so-and-so I can hit up and they're right there.
Maybe because you don't know what so-and-so is really doing.
Or exactly, or I'm
See?
I'm texting these guys and they're playing me too.
Right.
Right.
So after a while they get mad at me because weeks will go by and I'm like, miss you, and they're like, come hang out then. And I
Right.
can't because I'm at home with my
I'd say
boyfriend.
come do me. You know, if you're not, I don't want to hang out. I mean, you're going to be sending me texts. If I knew you had a boyfriend, I wouldn't do it. But if I didn't know you're a boyfriend and you're telling me I miss you, my penis is here, you're not, this is where you should be.
But I keep, like, with these guys, like, texting them and doing all this stuff, knowing that I'm not going to go see them.
Right.
Because to me, that last, like, step, like, going all the way is, like, too much. Like,
Right.
even though I've done it twice or 3 times, like, I will do the texting and, you know, in my head, and create this fantasy in my head, and then once I come to that point where they're like, hey, come over, I'm like, oh, no, I can't.
Oh no, that's what you are.
What comes over you when you are about to send a text? Is it like, oh, you're not gonna get caught, or oh, I'm gonna
No, it's the
try to
rush.
make someone else happy
No.
to fulfill my void?
No, it's the rush. It's like a hit. Like if you're an addict,
Right.
which I'm an
No,
addict.
you aren't. You're addicted to this. You're addicted to the feeling, that rush, that sensation you get when someone acknowledges they want you.
Yeah.
Because a response from them to you, correct me if I'm wrong, is an acknowledgement of the desirability, your desirability.
Yep.
Because if they didn't hit you back, again, we're talking about text, not hitting,
Right.
then you'd think, I'm not wanted. And that could cause you to crave more attention elsewhere.
And that's what's been happening, that after a while these guys go away because I don't hang out with them. Or when I do, like I'd go meet them quick for an hour, you know, but then I have to go home. So I'd go meet them, you know, and my exes, whomever, you know, I'm talking to, and I'd like hang out and like hug and kiss, but then I'd like, shit, I gotta go, you know.
You ever hear the saying, if they'll cheat with you, they'll cheat on you?
Yeah.
I mean, these are men that you
Yeah.
gotta understand, they know you're cheating, right?
That's the thing, and it's like,
Do you tell them?
they don't, I tell them, like, oh, so do you have a boyfriend? I'm like, no, not at
Oh,
all.
okay, so they don't know.
No, they don't
Alright,
know.
then,
But
well,
then
not
after a
good for
while,
you.
they
Okay.
think that I'm being weird. They're like, wait, like, you're texting me at 9 o'clock, come over then. I'm like, oh no, I can't. And like, after every night
Right.
of saying I can't, they're like, this bitch has a boyfriend.
Right.
Or she's married or whatever. And then they stop hitting me up and it makes me crazy. And to the point where now the last guy, my ex that I still sort of liked, he's a DJ. Now he's a new girlfriend. And I'm pissed.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
What
And
makes you
I'm like,
pissed?
that he has a new girlfriend because he got over me. He's like, look, Ash, like Nicole, like you know, fucked me over, like.
But Nicole, how long have you been separated from this guy?
I was separated from him like a year before,
Okay, and you've been with your new guy for how long?
like almost 2 years.
I think it's pretty fair that 3 years have gone by and it's okay for him to have a girlfriend.
No, a year went by.
Oh, you're about to have a
A
girlfriend.
year went by and we were still talking and stuff.
Right.
And I was like, oh, I want to be with him again. I think I'm gonna leave my current boyfriend and start dating him again. And then I noticed the photographer girl that was shooting all his stuff while he was on tour.
Right.
I asked him, like, who's this girl? Like, she was cute. I saw
Right.
her on Instagram, and he's like, oh, she just works for the company. And I felt weird about it. And then, like, I posted a photo with my boyfriend on Instagram. He sent me a message and said, you're getting blocked by. Because I had seen him a few days prior.
Okay.
So about 2 weeks go by, ended up dating the photographer girl.
Well, good for him though in that sense because he should be happy.
Yeah.
You acknowledge that it's an addiction to you. You acknowledge that the high you get takes you to a level. When you get that high, do you find yourself more intimate, more passionate with your boyfriend?
Yep.
You do.
Yeah.
Imagine that if you can have that high and that intimacy with your boyfriend while your boyfriend knows you're doing it.
Because if I'm doing
No, imagine it. Imagine that you can have all three. Don't answer anything else. Imagine what it would feel like. How would you feel if you could have all three?
I don't know how I feel, but I could imagine great.
Right. Now you're saying that you don't want him to be able to do the same things.
Right.
There are a lot of, I'm not saying it's going to happen for
And
you.
that's sick to me.
No, it's not. No, it's
No,
not.
it is. Because
It's
I will
not
never
sick.
have that talk like you're saying about the truth. I will never tell him.
Then
And
what will you do when you get caught?
that's it. I go on to the next guy.
Right. And then what happens after that one?
I guess it's a sick cycle until I fix my
It's
issues.
not sick, it's
a
unhealthy.
vicious cycle.
It's an unhealthy, vicious cycle.
It's like an addiction with drugs.
Do you deserve to be happy?
Yeah.
Do you deserve to have a stable life?
Yeah.
What about kids? You ever want kids?
No.
No? That's fine. That's fair. You and
I do not want children because of how my mother raised me. I'm not fit to be a mother.
Or maybe you could be a better mother
mentally.
because of, I mean, the way you had a perfect family.
Yeah.
You guys had that perfect family. Though you were Mormon,
And I always wanted that. I always wanted
Me
a
too.
perfect
Me too.
family with a mom and dad married, cooking dinner
Right.
and had rules. I didn't have any of that. I grew up in
Right.
Hollywood, California, and
not an
I
excuse, but I got you.
no, I was in that world of, and I had no rules and no curfew and
No stability, no structure.
No stability, no structure.
I can relate.
And that messed me up.
Right.
It did. I got into alcohol and all that, and then I got sober. So I know that's vicious cycle.
That when we look at Pockets and I talk a lot about what we say TTLC, trust, talk, listen, and communicate. And the importance of open communication. You said it's sick that I want him to do this. Sorry, I want to do this, but I don't want him to do that. The fact of the matter is, it's not sick. The unhealthy part is that you're not willing to ask him.
Yeah.
If you ask him and he says no, then the two of you must negotiate. But by not giving him the opportunity to make a decision, when her ex-husband continuously lied that I wasn't cheating and then said, okay, you got me, I'm not going to do it again, he wasn't giving Pockets the opportunity to make an honest decision as to what was best for her life.
Yeah.
And that's what you're neglecting to do for this man. You say, do you love him?
Yeah.
Do you think you love him?
Yeah, I love him, yeah.
Do you think you're in love?
Yeah, I'm in love with him, but there's some things that I don't.
You said but. You do know that negates
Yeah.
everything you said before. The word
Yeah.
but negates everything that came before.
Are you in love? Are you more in love with the idea of a boyfriend just being there, or are you in love with him?
That's the thing, like I crave stability. So I get stability with living with a boyfriend. It's like I get to go home to, a house that I
You
never
crave
had
a
growing up.
companion.
Companion, yeah. I crave
And
a
you're
stable.
equating a man being there with stability, right?
Mm-hmm.
Though true stability is coming home with a clear conscience. Again, everything you're doing would be okay if he knew. You might be surprised at the amount of men, and men, you might be surprised at the amount of women that would be okay, that would say to you, let me back up. Pockets, you and I are 100% what?
Emotionally monogamous.
We are 100% emotionally monogamous, not physically. Everything we do, though, we do together. We group text people together. The women we play with, we group text them.
Yeah.
I once accidentally sent a text to a woman because I thought her name was Lauren, and I thought I was texting Larry. I texted Lauren. She wrote back, whoops, wrong person. I naturally said, how are you? She told me. I immediately shouldered it to how I go.
That's nice.
Because
Yeah, that's awesome.
that's the way it should be.
No, yeah, I agree.
Now, there are people I'm okay with Pockets texting one off, and there are people she's okay with me texting one off for one reason. Because she can look at my phone at any time she wants. There's nothing I would ever say to somebody else that I can't let Pockets see. You might be surprised, though, that he may not want to do these things. You don't want a man who's going to try to fix you, rescue you, or save you, because nobody can but you, and a professional, okay? But you might find out that this is the kind of man, I mean, do you agree?
Yeah.
That will say, I love you, I believe I'm in love with you, I understand what you're saying, I don't like it. I don't like it at all, but you came to me.
Yeah.
The past is the past. What's that saying? The yesterday was the past, tomorrow's the future, today's a gift. That's why they call it a present, or the present.
Yeah.
Give him the present. You won't. You already acknowledge you won't.
I won't do that.
But what's it going to take? How many men will you hurt? Which is hurting you. The real victim here is you.
Exactly.
He's a victim.
Yeah.
But you're the biggest victim because you go home every night in pain. He's living a lie.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Do you agree? He's living a
I
lie.
have a double life, I call it.
Yeah, but he's living a lie.
Yeah.
Do you not agree?
Yeah, yeah.
When you're laying next to him, when's the last time you had a good night's sleep, Nicole?
Not in a while.
Because guilt is a bitch, let me tell you right
guilt is
now.
a bitch. It's fucked up.
Yeah, and there's not enough Ambien. I mean, there's Ambien, but then you need the Ambien, the Xanax, maybe a little
But
Valium.
like you
and
have
some tequila.
nightmares, like you sometimes I'll be like sweating in the middle of the night, or I have really bad anxiety, and I know why.
It stems from what you're not doing.
Yeah.
And what you are doing to him. I mean, I cannot tell you how to be, but the healthy way to be, Nicole, is honest. First, you know what? Let's take him aside. And please, anyone who gets mad at me for saying this, F him for a minute. Let's forget completely about him. He is important. He is relevant. But right now, he's not. The first person you have to be honest with is yourself.
Of course.
And even though you know you're doing wrong, you're not willing to change your behavior. And that's where you have to ask yourself, how come?
I tried to change my best friend. We would sit and talk. You know, she's never cheated.
Yeah, but she's a friend. She's biased.
Yeah.
True. But she has given me good advice, saying, you know, just stop. You know, just stop what you're doing. It's like, but that's like telling a drug addict, stop smoking heroin or shooting heroin. You can't just stop.
No, you
know?
can't.
And I went to a program. It's called SLOS, Sex and Love Addicts Anonymous.
I don't think you're a sex addict. I don't even know that you're a love addict.
I'm a sort of a love addict, but
I would say you have, but again, I'm not going to diagnose you here. We can do that at a different time.
Yeah.
Go ahead, sure, please.
So no, I went to the meetings and it did help. It did help.
Do you feel you identified with what they were sharing?
Yeah.
With all of it or some of it?
Most of it, yeah.
Okay,
Not
that's fair.
the sex addict part, but yeah, love for sure. There's trying to fill, you know, fantasize.
So you're trying to fill
steps.
voids.
Trying to fill voids,
Right.
yeah. So I just went to the meetings and it did help me for a while, but then, you know, it kicks in again.
Right.
You know, where like, I get
Crave
bored.
it.
I crave it, you know, and it's like, I get bored, so it's like, oh, what if I'll start texting him? But the thing is like, I can't be with that person, so, you know, there's no point at the end of the day. Because I keep, you know, telling these people, like the guy I was texting yesterday, he's like, do you like tacos? And I'm like, yeah, I love tacos. We should get, you know, food and hang out. And I'm thinking to myself, like, I'm not gonna go have dinner with you. Like,
It's a compulsion.
my boyfriend knows who you are.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like his ex dated you too. Like, what the
Wait, so
fuck?
he knows you have a boyfriend?
Yeah.
Okay. But yet he's
I
still
don't know.
responding.
No,
Oh,
he
you don't
doesn't know.
Okay.
He doesn't know.
Okay.
Because I make them think I don't have a boyfriend.
Right.
Right, but you said your ex knows who he is. All right,
Yeah,
not as relevant, just curious.
Yeah. So I was texting with him all day, and you know, by the end he's like, hey, come over, and I'm.
You can work on it. Your fear of telling these men that you have a boyfriend is because you fear that they're going to stop communicating with you. And the lack of communication to you is rejection.
I'll feel empty inside.
Okay, because
Even
you're
though
not.
I'm getting love at home and you know we're sexually
enough.
great and everything's great on that side. You know,
Well, it's
but-
not great. If it was great, you wouldn't be doing it.
I mean, yeah, but it is good. But it's my own issues. Like I need to feel wanted by the outside world.
Right. Is there any way that so we have this friend, for example. She was an alcoholic, and it was something. I mean, I don't know if she was unhappy in life or whatever, but that was the void she was feeling was with alcohol.
She was filling the void with the alcohol.
Yeah, she completely. Some things in her life, she hit rock bottom, and she filled it with something healthy. Is there any way that you can fill that void with something healthy?
Well, there is if you get the help.
Yeah,
She
like
hit
I
rock
should
bottom
be-
and got therapeutic help.
And I went to therapy as well for this, but like
How long?
for about a year. With my last ex, I went
Okay.
because I was.
You went to couples therapy or you went to
I
individual?
went to an individual
Okay.
therapy because the last guy, I didn't live with him. I still had an apartment, but I drove myself crazy because I wasn't living there, so I couldn't monitor him.
Right.
So there was times where the nights I'd sleep at home, I was like hooking up with other guys, you know, to fill the
Physically.
emptiness, you know, but then
Physically hooking up with other guys.
physically,
Right.
because this guy wouldn't let me live with him, so in the back of my mind, I'm like, you're a fucking cheater. Even though he wasn't cheating, and to the point where I would drive to his house over in Calabasas at night, and I'd wear a hoodie, like I dressed in all black, and I'd spy through his windows when he wasn't answering the phone. Because the phone, I would call 100 times at like 8 o'clock, and this man wasn't answering. He was older, he was 38. And I'm thinking, no, he was established, had a house, and I'm thinking like, he's for sure cheating on me. And I'd roll up to his house, hide in the backyard, he had glass windows like in our studio here, you could see through.
Right.
And he'd be sleeping on the couch.
Wow.
So
How did you feel when you
I
recognized?
felt like shit
Okay.
too by the end
Yet
of
you
that.
kept doing it.
Yeah, I kept doing it. And I feel so, and I would beat myself up mentally, like, why the fuck did you just drive at 2 a.m.
Wow.
from Beverly Hills to Calabasas to see if you're being cheated
How
on?
about more like, why the hell am I staying with somebody that I perceive might be cheating on me? Because no matter how many
Because I
times
knew
you
he
caught
wasn't
him not,
cheating.
you knew it on one level,
Yeah.
but you didn't believe it.
Because I was projecting.
You were projecting because you knew what you were doing to
And then
him.
eventually he knew that I was cheating.
Wow.
And then I was like, oh, this is really fucked.
So when a man came over and you would have sex with him, and I'm not being dirty when I say you were fulfilled, you were filled up at the time.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm not saying by penis, I'm saying in general.
Yeah.
What filled you up though? So the men came over, you had sex. What was filling your void at that split moment?
Someone giving me attention.
Okay,
that I wasn't getting from my boyfriend.
Right.
Someone wanting you at that moment.
At that moment,
It doesn't
because I
matter if
wanted
it
it
lasts 10
24/7.
seconds.
Yeah, exactly.
But again, in consensually non-monogamous relationships, when you look at the events that go on, when you look at the parties that take place, when you look at the couples that do it, it's understanding that even when when I'm not physically next to Pockets, I miss her like crazy.
Yeah, I feel
But
empty.
again,
I'm pretty cool though.
you are pretty cool. But that's the difference. That's what you have to work on. I don't feel empty, I feel longing. I know I don't feel empty, and you don't have to be consensually non-monogamous to feel this way. You can be married or committed and monogamous, understanding that I'm going to be with my partner again. It's not healthy to need to be together 24/7,
Yeah.
right? But your concern is if you're not with somebody 24/7, they don't want you. And when you are with someone 24/7,
I wanna
I
cheat.
wonder if these people want me.
Exactly.
And you're not
exactly.
looking to cheat physically as much as you are emotionally.
Yeah.
You want emotional gratification, satisfaction from others. And again, I implore you to recognize, and I'll give you some stuff to read, about consensual non-monogamy. You keep saying you'll never have this conversation. Let's not kid ourselves. This relationship is doomed, whether it's next week or next year.
Yeah.
Nicole, this relationship is over. You just have to decide when you're going to bury it.
Yeah.
If you don't fix it, and I'm not trying to be a jerk, but if you don't fix it, there's only one way to fix it. Well, two, I do not believe you'll go cold turkey because we both acknowledge that's not
It's
going to
hard.
work.
It's hard, yeah.
There's only one way to erect, no pun intended, the proper structure needed for this relationship, and that is to talk to him. You don't have to do it. I'm gonna adore you. We're gonna work together. We'll probably ask you how it's going.
Yeah.
I'm not going to take bets with Pockets on the over/under as to when it's going to end this relationship.
I mean, we've been fighting recently because I'm very selfish. You know,
Really?
and it's fucked up because I just take.
Right.
And I don't give
You
at
do have a
all.
hard personality. You do know that. Do you understand? You do have this aura about you. When I first met
Closed
you,
off.
you're closed off to the point where I feel
I'm
you're
guarded,
questioning the intentions and motives of others that come in.
That's exactly.
When I first met you, the way you looked at me was, what does this guy want from me? And what is he trying to get from me? And I remember, and you might say, well, yeah, you were really nice to me. Yes, I was, because my point was to disarm you. When you helped me with a printer, it was to let you know what? You went out of your way. Thank you.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if everyone does that, but I don't want anything from you. I mean, if you were bisexual and into my wife, then that'd be a whole different, and you were single, that'd be a whole different story.
Yeah.
But I don't look at women like I want to have sex with them. I don't look at men like, oh, I wonder who he's dating. No, I'm a straight guy.
Yeah.
I look at people as, what can we do together? Not what can you do for me?
Yeah.
But you recognize that about yourself.
Of course.
All right.
I look at it. Yeah. What can you do for me?
Right. And you look at it like, oh, please don't talk to me.
See, I'm very guarded. However, I have to laugh all the time. I'm the Chandler of Friends. I have to make jokes, and that's how I fill the uncomfortable void. But that gives me the high, is making people laugh. So
So a people pleaser, they call it, right? Or
No, she's actually
I'm
not a
not.
people pleaser.
No,
I'm more of a people pleaser.
What's it called when you care about
Enabler.
making someone else happy?
You people pleaser, an enabler, superhero complex, where you want to save others, but
Yeah.
you can't. You don't know how to let someone close to you to rescue yourself.
Yeah. So I'd rather get all the I'd rather get that from
Right.
someone than give it.
You want to take it from people.
Mhm.
You're very dominant on that side.
Yeah.
We were going to talk about doms versus subs. Have you ever thought about being a dominatrix?
No.
I'm not kidding. I mean, that could fulfill a lot of fantasies and needs you have without being emotionally or physically unfaithful to your man. Do you know that doms do not have sex with their subs?
Really?
Yeah. A
Wow.
lot of it. What's the largest sexual organ? You better know this more than anybody.
I don't know.
What is the one thing you need stimulated at all times to feel wanted? Your brain.
Yeah, my brain. Yeah.
That's where you're driving yourself crazy, is your brain. So the largest sexual organ is the brain. And a true dom understands how to stimulate the brain, which then leads to sexual stimulation. But a true dominatrix in business per se, they're not prostitutes.
Yeah.
They're not doing this for sex. Do they have sex? I don't know what all do. But the ones we know, you know, there could be whips, chains, there can be floggers, there can be electrical play, there can be handcuffs, blindfolds, nipple clamps, all these kind of interesting things.
Yeah.
But it's not about the sex. It's what it's doing to the brain that causes sexual pleasure without you ever touching somebody.
Yeah.
But I go back to the biggest thing, and I believe you agree with me, and that is open, honest communication, which is lacking. It's lacking with the men you're emotionally cheating with and the man you're emotionally cheating on.
Yeah, but I understand what you're saying, but you know, people can sit here saying to be honest, but people can sit here and say you guys, you know, communicate, you know, show messages in a group chat, but you guys sleep with other people.
Absolutely.
And in most of middle America, they think that's weird.
100%.
You know, so like,
100% correct.
you know, and I don't judge people, but to me, like, I can't tell my boyfriend and have that, what you guys do. You know, like, to me, that's weird.
Okay,
like,
so it's acceptable.
having threesomes is weird to me in a monogamous or open relationship, whatever. To me, it's weird.
Do you see the contradiction though? Not
Yes.
even if you were cheating. Even if you weren't cheating, do you see the contradiction that
Of course, yeah.
if we all understand what does and doesn't please us, then even though it's not something you per se would do, absolutely it might be weird.
Yeah.
Coming from you though, the contradiction is huge because you don't understand, which is love you, LUV, love you,
Yeah.
absolutely respect you. This isn't a challenge. This isn't knocking, nothing like that. But what we do consensually, sex is physical. When you text those people, that's mental. That's emotional. You are putting thought into it. If we bring a woman into bed with us, that's not thought. That's lust, and we treat her like a vampire. We treat her with respect,
Yeah.
but they're out before the sun comes
We
up.
don't suck her blood.
No.
We don't suck her blood.
And I've been in your
Right.
position where, you know, when I do, like, sex doesn't really mean anything. You know, if you're having a threesome, you know, like, it's like, what a fun time, you know, whatever you guys are into, but, you know, it's like, I couldn't live like that.
Based on,
I need.
you would feel you weren't enough.
Exactly.
But
That's
Even
why-
with two guys giving you all the attention.
Well, two guys is different.
you said you wouldn't love your man the same way because you'd wonder why he's letting it happen.
Exactly. Yeah, that exactly. But if I was single and with two guys, maybe that's like, yeah, I would be into that.
TL is saying this, and I was going to share this, and they're right, and I believe you understand this already. You like the thrill of the chase. You also are addicted to the idea of getting caught. Your life has had trauma and drama.
And I push it to the line
sure
where,
do.
you know, when someone's about to jump off a cliff, I push it as far as I can go. And I know it's like, dude, you're going to get caught. And he said, like, what are you doing? Like, I purposely want to get caught or something.
Well, you purposely put yourself in a position to get caught, but consciously you don't want to get caught. Subconsciously you do.
Subconsciously,
You wanna be
because
out.
then I'll feel like, look, I'm a piece of shit. See, I proved my
You want to validate. You want
Validate.
to self-fulfilling pride. You want to validate that you're not worth anything. But the fact is, you're worth more. You're priceless.
Yep.
And until you recognize you're priceless, this man living with you feels you're priceless, and that's why he's living with you.
Yeah.
You don't even feel like you're priceless.
Mm-hmm.
Do you agree?
Yeah.
And until you begin to recognize, modern love is all of that. You don't have to understand, and that's what makes it beautiful. You don't have to understand that it's okay, in our opinion, for couples to swap. It's okay, in our opinion, to have threesomes with another man or another woman, because that's all it is. Because I am 100% fulfilled by pockets. Is it fun with the other women? Absolutely. Do I need that other woman? Never. Never. When I say we take breaks, it's not because we're tired of having sex with other people. It's because life gets in the way sometimes. And we don't make it a priority to go out and find new play partners. But for you, where I find sadness, I don't pity you,
Yeah.
but I like you.
Yeah.
And where I find sadness is that you are going out of your way to hurt yourself. Yes, you're hurting this man, but you are hurting yourself. He doesn't know he's being hurt, which isn't fair to him. But you don't value yourself enough. You don't give yourself enough worth.
Yeah, and that's what I've been noticing, you know, because like when he kicked me out, you know, after going through my phone, I'm like, see, like I'm a piece of shit. Like, and it's like sick because like I want to feel the pain, like, or something.
It's like somebody who cuts themselves, right?
Yeah.
You want to hit rock bottom so you feel that, and then you want to start all over again.
Yeah, but then it's like, I'm like, why did I even do that?
Yep.
I went out this 2 weekends ago till 7 in the morning. You know, I went with a coworker out to a festival, and then she went home, and then I kept going out. You know, I went to a bar and a thing, and I was at the Mondrian till 7 in the morning. But I was texting my boyfriend, and
How'd you feel texting your boyfriend while you were out?
well, I was like communicating. Okay, I'm
Right.
going here next.
But you felt good. You were sharing what was
I
going
was
on.
sharing, you know, and I thought I was being very nice, but I got drunk, you know, and like 7, I came home at like 7 in the morning, and he was pissed, you know,
What was he pissed about?
that I was with a group of guys in a room at the Mondrian party.
Okay. Did he trust that you didn't do anything inappropriate?
Yeah, he didn't think so. He just would, but subconsciously, I think that he thinks I did something, and I didn't do anything. I was with a group
This
of
time?
friends. Yeah, this
Right,
time
right.
I didn't. But I was partying till 7 in the morning. He's like, "How would you feel if I was with a group of girls in a hotel room and you were at home working on music or whatever?" And I'd say I'd be fucking pissed.
What caused you not to do anything physically with these guys?
I didn't like any of them. They
Okay.
were
Had
just,
you
they were
liked-
just strictly friends.
Had you liked one of them, do you think you would have had sex?
If I was with someone that, yeah, like if my ex was there, for sure, yeah.
We're still not over that ex. I mean, that's obvious.
There's a few exes that I'm not
Okay, there's a few exes you're still not over. There's a few exes you're still not over.
Yeah.
The bottom line, though, comes back to the same thing. I understand, and I'm going to respect you as a person that you're not going to have this talk with him. I believe you understand that it is 100% wrong, that there is in no way, shape, or form anything fair to him, because you're holding all the cards.
Yeah.
That's like saying, let's play blackjack, but I'm not dealing you any cards.
Exactly.
I'm only going to deal myself cards. The dealer doesn't get any cards, and whatever I have wins because no one else has cards,
Yeah.
right? You're not letting him play. And when I say play, I don't mean it,
Sexually.
well, not just sexually. I mean it emotionally. I mean it, hey, honey, I love you, Nicole. Let's work on this together. What if we find people that I trust that you can text? But see, that might not fulfill you because now he knows.
Yeah, it's not the same.
The rush is
The
gone.
The
rush.
rush is
The rush is
gone.
gone.
The rush is gone.
Right.
And what also I want to say one thing is, you know, I text these other guys and or follow these people on Instagram that I like, you know, that I
Right.
will message or DM guys, and I'll sit in my mind when we're at home. I'm like, don't you think she's hot? Or like I'll in my mind think that he thinks other chicks are hot. Like I'll think that
And what if he
thinks
does?
that she. I mean, I'm sure he does. It's normal, but
Right.
like.
But what are you thinking if you
I'm
find out
trying
he
to
does?
like. I'd be pissed.
How come?
I don't know.
Because you're jealous?
And
She
that's
still
yeah.
checks on me. Not as much as she used to, but I applaud it.
Is that because you were hurt by the last guy? You
And
brought-
because of what I did.
Oh yeah, that's Joe. Yeah.
So yeah, because you were hurt.
Yeah, I was hurt, and I know that feeling. I know that it's not fair, and I'm not trying to like put you like.
We're not putting you
right.
down.
No,
No.
not at all. But I've been in that position where I didn't have any cards, and it sucks really bad. And I wish that he would have told me in the beginning, or even a year or two into it, so I could make my decision, and he could go hurt someone else. Because I
How
don't
did you
wanna be
find
hurt.
out, or how did you?
I'm
Credit card.
exactly like you. I
like your
know
phone.
phones and emails and credit cards and
Yeah.
everything. So I know how to do that. But I felt like crap, and I was thinking, why did he have to do it to me? Why did I have to be the one? I could have had all this other stuff, and I could have been happy with maybe someone else.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Wow.
It goes back to that, and somebody's asking for us to talk about DOMs for a minute, so bear with us. Let's do that for a minute, because I don't want you to feel beat up. I want you to understand that the love and respect we have for you, yes, I don't like what you're doing to yourself. I mean, you truly are hurting yourself.
Yeah, because
What's-
I want a healthy, stable relationship. Where,
No, you think you want
I
a healthy
think I
someone.
want that.
If you did want that, you would work towards it.
Yeah.
At least that. You have to acknowledge that.
Yeah.
You have this vision.
I have
My-
a vision.
My ex used to believe in Disney.
Mm.
That everything was a fairy tale. And we lasted far longer than we should. Our daughter was the greatest thing to come out of it. It was the gift from whatever you believe in, okay? But she believed, no, you never get divorced, you work it and everything like the fairy tales do.
Yeah.
No, life is not a fairy tale.
Of course.
So you think you know what you want, but you're not willing to work for what you want.
Yeah.
Is that fair?
No.
No, is that fair to say though? That that's who you are.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's me
Yeah.
for sure. I don't want to work toward like I'll hurt him like after the few times or whatever I did stuff, and I'll just be like, please just forgive me. Let's just forget about it. But at the end of the day, it's like he's like, no, I'm hurt. You hurt me, and I'm like, dude, just fucking get over it. You know, like, and it's not okay, but Because if someone did that to me, I'd be done.
You'd never give
I
up.
would-
You'd never give up.
And I would never give them another chance.
You never give
I'd
him
just
another
give them-
chance, right? And he goes, Farrell's asking you, wait, why isn't that in the studio? We are in studio, Farrell. We're in a pop-up studio here at Dash Radio, which is now the company powering Playboy Radio, and all of us are, all the hosts as in, well, Pockets and I. Just us. So, yeah. Nicole, you, whether you believe it or not, are incredibly brave. And you are an incredible one to understand your shortcomings, shall we say? Because like I told you, when I first met you, I nailed it. I didn't nail you. I
What you
nailed
said
it.
was, I've never heard someone say that, you know, like when you said, oh, what you just said in
Right.
here, like when you approached me that I was,
Right.
you know,
You
like,
regarded it, what do you want, what are you going to
that's
do for me?
exactly how, what my mind was telling me.
And that's the vibe you give off.
I know.
And we can't make you grow. I don't believe in change. You know that, Pockets. I don't believe in change. I believe in growing.
Yeah.
The only person that can make you grow is you. And whether you go to a year of therapy or 5 years of therapy, until you're ready to absorb it and let it in, you won't grow.
Exactly.
Normally we don't spend an entire show on one topic, but this topic is so relevant to what modern love truly is.
Yeah.
Because what you're going through, Nicole, whether you believe it or not,
A lot of other people.
Yeah.
millions of people are, because our society would rather be in unhealthy, unhappy relationships than be alone.
Yeah.
Once you are okay being alone, once you get to the point, and I'm not saying this to promote Pockets or put you down. This isn't pro her, anti you. This is pro you, Nicole. Once you get to the point that you finally got to, where you recognize being alone is better than not being able to sleep at night.
That's true.
Being alone is better than being scared to death that I'm going to get caught doing what I'm doing. And that when I'm alone, it doesn't mean I'm worthless. It means I am so priceless. I am not going to be with somebody until they understand my value and I value them the same.
Yeah. And I deep down know that, you know, like I know, like I'll be like, I know this isn't the guy for me, but I'm gonna keep staying because I don't want to be alone, you know. But eventually, it's gonna be the end. You
It
know?
is, and I don't mean to be a jerk.
I know,
when
I
say
know
this.
that too.
Your relationship will be over.
I already know that.
You know, it will.
I've known that.
The
Like,
only way your relationship survives is if you get caught and he forces you to have this talk. He forces you to acknowledge and admit to what you've been doing and says to you, how do we make this work, Nicole?
Yeah. Even besides just this guy, it's with every guy I've done this with. You know, it's a cycle, and you know, it's like everyone's like, you should just be single until you find the person that you know you
Or
will do
be
this to.
consensually non-monogamous.
Or that.
Single is healthy.
Yeah.
I don't think everyone, listen, consensual non-monogamy is available to anyone, but it is not right for everyone.
Yeah.
It is not. What is right is you loving yourself. You don't love yourself yet, in my opinion,
No, I
because of
don't.
the crap you went through growing up. It's taken me a long time to get to the point of even liking myself. My wife and children have taught me how important it is to love yourself. The confidence we put in them, great upbringing, horrible upbringing for me,
Wow.
my mother. But I committed that I would not allow that to be my children.
Yeah.
Do I get a little crazy sometimes? I didn't have clothes that
No, it's
fit.
good, yeah.
Well, I didn't have clothes that fit. I didn't have shoes that were, you know, all that. So I go a little overboard with our kids to make sure they have clothes that fit, new shoes, that
Yeah.
kind of stuff. But I don't believe you can spoil somebody with love. I believe only milk and cheese and meat can get spoiled. You give them love, not material things. You need the love. You need a man. No, actually, you need yourself. But what you're going to do when a man finally says to you, I'm not leaving you, and we're going to work on this together.
Yeah.
A man can't fix you. Only you can fix you. And you're not broken. You're just a little damaged.
Yeah, no, for sure. Everything you're saying is correct.
And stop giving people shit here.
No, I do. I've come a long way. You know, no one knows me personally, what I've been through, but I've come very far, and I am proud of myself. But I do have a lot of stuff that I need to work on, like loving myself more, and not just dating guys that are just there to
Right.
be with me, but being with someone that. And this guy, I have to say, is the only one out of everyone I've dated that has made me a better person in some areas. But
In what areas?
just like other issues that I've been through, but as far as myself, I need to respect myself
Yes,
more,
you
and just
And that's one of the biggest things we see. And this isn't just consensual non-monogamous relationships. This isn't just swinging and polyamory and open relationships, meaning people who like threesomes or foursomes or moresomes. There are people who do it every once in a while. They don't need to label themselves.
yeah,
But they What's the one key word they have you don't? Consensual.
Yeah.
Consensual. They're doing it with knowledge. Whatever Pockets does, she does with knowledge. Whatever I do, meaning I know and she knows. And whether you're committed monogamous or you're committed consensually non-monogamous, it just boils down to the same thing. Communicate.
Yeah.
So first communicate with yourself, please,
Yeah.
and then others.
Yeah.
It has been incredible. Again, we did say we were going to talk about how to be a Dom. If you want to be a Dom, we didn't get into it today, so that means you got to tune in tomorrow. We will be back here. Playboy Radio's Holly and Michael, powered by the incredible Dash Radio. 1 p.m. Pacific tomorrow, 4 p.m. Eastern, Facebook Live. Not sure what time we're going to be live on Dash though, right? Because
Working on that.
we're going to work on that. That'll be consistent, and we'll move Facebook Live to that probably. Thank you so much for joining us. Nicole, Pockets,
Definitely. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
and really, really appreciate that you went out of your way to ask who you did, and she knew that we would welcome you with open arms. And we will always welcome you on air if you want to share updates with open arms.
Yeah, I already feel a little better. So that's good. Yeah.
Now, I'm not going to make it a goal, and I'm not going to push you, but I want you to consider loving yourself. Love yourself enough. Not yet to go talk to him,
Yeah.
but love yourself enough to understand you don't need to pick up that phone and text me. Text Pockets.
Yeah.
She's into women. You're pretty.
I
She'll
have a
make,
girlfriend.
she'll make you feel. She'll make you feel wanted. Trust me. She knows how to make you feel good. But that way, it's baby steps.
Baby steps.
Nicole, it's baby steps. Nothing happens overnight. What was that? Rome wasn't built in a day.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much for
Thank
joining us.
you.
Want to grab the mic back real
Yeah.
quick? Again, Puerto Vallarta, the 14th through the 18th with LLV Club. We'll be there broadcasting live on location and speaking. Then the 15th, what did I say? 14th through the 18th. The 19th through the 25th, DesireResorts.com. Still rooms available. Only a few though. Go there now. Book it. Last minute vacation. Wouldn't that be cool, Nicole? I mean, can you just imagine taking off saying, hey, I'm going to Puerto Vallarta, or I'm going to Cancun with Holly and Michael. That'd be fun.
That'd be fun.
That'd be a blast.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll have to take you sometime.
Yeah.
With your boyfriend's permission.
Yeah.
And then the beginning of November, go to iOSconnections.com, Dirty Perv Week, down in Jamaica. Check it out. You can't book it. Why?
Sold out.
Sold out, baby. Been sold out for a while. But there's 3 more Dirty Perv events coming up next year. So much stuff. Desire in January. Also, Jamaica again with Young Swingers Week in March, and then Jamaica again with Wild Women Vacations. Desire after that. Cruises, and other parties around the country and the world. Baby, I love you.
Love you.
Family, I love you. Are you ready?
Yep.
Swing, swing.
Oh. Oh. Thank you. That was good.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Love ya. Mwah. Peace out.